Thank you. All right. So, being that we don't always know what everybody is going through that we meet throughout the day, having an intention of offering open-mindedness and loving kindness to just about everyone you meet, and to give people some grace. If you find someone who's behaving badly in small ways, or you just, get triggered or turned off by something someone's saying, see if you can use your yoga tools to help you kind of step back a moment, take a deep breath, pause, notice your reaction to things, and then give space for you to offer loving kindness to self and loving kindness to others. Because truly, everyone is going through something. And I don't think you can meet up with a person right now in the world who's not feeling troubled by something that's happening, either in their personal life or the world life. And we can get so, boxed into our camps that we forget to just offer loving kindness outward and to ourselves. So we will do the loving kindness meditation today. In Buddhism, it's, the Tonglen meditation where we breathe in a feeling of understanding, trying to understand the suffering of others, and breathing out our well wishes. So, traditionally it's like, may all beings be happy, healthy, free, whatever you want to say or feel. It doesn't have to be words that you offer out on the out breath. But to just practice that capacity um, to hold suffering, and to be steady in holding suffering, to have semi-permeable boundaries so that you can hold yourself steady during turbulent times. It's very easy for us to just put up the wall and shut the world out, to deny or to disengage or to disassociate. It takes a lot of courage and strength to sit in the presence of self or others' suffering. And this is what we're gaining when we do our practices in yoga. We gain the strength and fortitude and stamina and groundedness to be able to be in that state and not run away from it. And then not only stay, but offer our grace to the world. And never underestimate the power of this. Never underestimate the power of your good intentions, of your open-mindedness, of your kindness outward into the world. These small drops that we touch the world with every day matter deeply. So gaining skillfulness around this is really important. So we'll practice a little bit of that today. All right. So as you come into a good posture, be at ease. Find a seat that's comfortable for you. And then close your eyes and use the eyes closed moment to give yourself an opportunity to check in with yourself. Being that we're bombarded constantly, it can be very difficult to even be aware of the emotional states that live within you. Where we get very good at disassociation. So let's take a moment to kind of drop into vulnerability, to drop into a self-awareness that you can just kind of scan, mind, body, spirit scan, to take stock of how you are, to notice. Kind of tune into your breathing. It's very hard to get a glimpse of your natural breath, but just see what you can do to find access. Notice if your breath is shallow, deep, steady, choppy, windy, calm. What is your state right now? And no matter what you're finding, let's see if we can tune into a rhythm of breathing that's soothing to you. So maybe that means slowing it down a little bit. Maybe it means opening up your chest or lungs or belly, diaphragm a little bit. Maybe you're noticing that you're kind of tripping over your exhales and maybe just creating patience around the breath so that you give time for the fullness to happen. Slow things down, both your inhale and your exhale. Slow it down. If you'd like to put a natural little pause in there between inhale, exhale, between exhale, inhale, that's fine. You don't have to. Just kind of find the pace and rhythm of breathing that starts to ground you and bring your nervous system into steadiness. And watch how the breath does this. Notice breath by breath the change that happens to you subtly or maybe not so subtly to calm yourself and regulate yourself and ground yourself. Begin to scan from top to bottom or into out, whatever feels good of your directionality of scanning, to notice any places that are harboring some tension that you might need to offer some ease to in your body. Melt as best as you can. And then see what you can do to uplift a little bit. Perhaps sitting here for a bit, you've started slumping and shrinking. See if you can find the updraft in the body. And as you lift and open the heart and feel invigorated in your support of your spine, notice what that does for your heart space. So, can you have this quality of both groundedness, steadiness, but also openness? And throughout your practice today, see if you can seek the balance of these two things where we stay resolute in our groundedness, have a lot of fortitude in this, but also resolute in the heart opening and the capacity to stay open. In this place, let's bring our hands together and offer an intention, maybe around this, of being both grounded, steady, and also open. Maybe it's something entirely different that you're working with today. So feed yourself with your practice, whatever it is you need. All right, release your hands and let's find our way onto our back. All right, so as you stretch out and lengthen on the ground, anytime you take a position change, try to pay attention and notice how this feels for you. Okay. Does something happen that feels good when you lie down? Is there a release in some way? Try to pay attention. And reach your arms overhead and find a nice good stretch. Lengthening through your sides, stretching through your shoulders, your hips, breathing deeply. And then bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug, rocking a little bit, swaying, seeing side to side movements. Let your head relax into the swish and sway as well. Hang on to the knees now, circling, holding the knees as you circle one direction. Feel a sense of ease come through your skull. Relax. And let's roll the other way, feeling a sense of softness through your hip joints. Let your arms be the supportive roll. And then opening up your knees away from the middle and bringing them back in and just enjoy that feeling of expansion through your joints, range of motion. Then right knee into your chest, left leg long on the ground, and let's go ahead and wiggle the toes and roll around in our ankles, breathing deeply, feeling some movement and freedom. A nice good squeeze of that knee, and then let's change sides. Left knee in, right leg long, keep moving around in your feet, some flexes and points and rolls and wiggles, whatever feels good. A nice good squeeze of that knee, and then stretch your limbs wide on the ground, expand open, roll your wrists while you're here, roll your ankles, open and close your fists, or wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Exhale, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. And one more time, expanding open, big breath. Exhale, drawing in. All right, put your head down onto the ground, arms out to the side, and let's windshield wiper your knees left and right. Breathing deeply, finding your head turning maybe in opposition of your knees. And then scoot your hips over to the right, knees up, drop left, a little deeper of a twist, and feel free to move your arm around on the ground if a half snow angel, arm of this half snow angel feels good. Just see what helps you stay open across your chest. And then bring your knees back up, shift your hips over to the other side, knees up and over to the right. Twisting open, turning your head left. Feel free to move your left arm around and just sense into expanding across the front of that shoulder, getting your pec muscles to move a bit. And then opening up again, stretching your limbs really wide. Draw your knees into your chest. Give a nice hug. All right, and then put your head down. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh, knees in, and just opening up the hip joint a little bit. Not the hip joint, but the glute muscles, letting them open up on the right side a little bit, maybe a little bit of movement. Check in with your head and let it get heavy. Okay. Switching sides, left thigh over right thigh. Draw your knees into your chest. Breathing well. A little bit of movement, a little stillness, whatever feels right. Right, and then expand, open, stretch your limbs really wide. Exhale, knees into your chest, roll to your side and come up to your hands and your knees. All right. So as you find all fours, let's see what it feels like to have some mobility here. So arching and rounding the spine, taking some time to feel that movement through your vertebrae. Breathing nice and deep. And taking care of our physical well-being, our emotional well-being by being in our practice. Okay, such a beautiful practice our yoga practice is to care for ourselves. Walk the hands forward, drop your hips back, child's pose. Lengthen through your spine here, reach the arms, inch those fingers forward so your shoulders stretch open. Feel a drop of your hips. Walk the hands to one side or the other. So we're opening up the rib cage here, finding some room for good breathing. Often, for many people, one of the first reactions to stress is to change our breath pattern and lose that beautiful, healthy rhythm and spacing of our breaths. So let's attune to all those muscles and structures, our ribs, our collarbones, our sternum, all the places that help us stay open to our breath. Make sure you switch sides. And as you open those rib cage up, just breathe, relax your neck. Pay attention through your day when you read the news or when you have a difficult conversation or you get bad news or whatever it is. Notice your reaction in your breath and how subtle small things and big things can really impact how you are breathing. And therefore, how you are breathing can impact how you are feeling. So it's always a tool. Come back up onto all fours. Let's wag your tail a little bit, move your ribs around, move your head. Just kind of get a little freedom in here. Lift your left arm up in the air, finding big breath, and take a deep twist here. Thread that needle. Drop your head down toward the ground and relax your neck. Breathing into the spaciousness of your lungs. Even though they're compressed, there's still room in there to breathe. And come out a bit, face the ground. Arm is still underneath you. Wide collarbones. Stretch the backside of your shoulder. Hips toward your heels. All right, and then inhale, bring that arm back up in the air. Hand down onto the ground. Let's switch sides. Arm high. Drop the arm through. Gaze toward the ground. Head is soft and neutral. Enjoy your twisting. Push the ground away a little bit with that left hand if you'd like. And then when you come out of the twist, face the ground. The arm is still underneath you. Wide collarbones. Drop your hips toward your heels a little bit more. All right, and then inhale, bring that arm back up in the air. Hand down onto the ground. Take your left foot straight back behind you. Curl your toes under so that your heel is stretching way back, opening up your calf. Then cross that foot over to the right and turn and look at the left foot on the right side of your mat, opening up your side body here. A big breath. And then coming back to center, put that foot down, other knee lifts, right toes on the ground, stretch your heel. And then cross that foot over to the left side of your mat and turn, look at your left foot, or left side, look at your right foot on your left side. All right, then come back to center. Swivel around in your spine a little bit. Anything that feels good, curl your toes under and lift to a dog pose. All right, let's take some time to find your dog pose here. Pedal your feet, maybe drop one heel down and then the other, and just enjoy a little bit of movement in your legs. Full breaths. An inhale, and exhale, a sense of grounding and yielding. Relax your skull. Take an opportunity here to breathe deeply. All right, and then walk your feet forward. Come to Uttanasana. Fold. Relax your head. Bend your knees. Wobble around a little bit. Maybe a little shimmy and shake. And inhale for a halfway lift, extending through the spine, femur bones up and back. Find your breath. Be in that halfway lift. Feel the breath move in your body. And exhale and fold a little deeper. Relax your head. Push through your feet. Halfway lift again. Sit bones high. Open the backs of your legs. Exhale. Coming back down. Take your hands at the base of your skull, heels of your hands at the base of your skull, and drag it down toward the ground a little bit in toward your chest. Just stretching some of those paraspinal muscles. And then melt and relax that. Inhale, come up to stand. Take your time getting up there, finding your breath. Stand in Tadasana. Take a breath here. Breathe deeply. Try to focus on your breath as you go through your practice, nice and steady. Feel your way into the grounding of your feet. And imagine those roots settling down deep into the earth. so that if a wind came, you would not be knocked over. See if you can sense this physically and energetically and emotionally. What will help you in this moment with your breath and your sense of presence that can help you learn how to stay embodied, how to stay present, how to stay grounded. Feel the soles of your feet. Let your roots drop down. Unlock your knees. Sense into your pelvic floor. Get the lower half of your body to be aware and present. And from these roots, rise up. Feel your heart open a bit. Now imagine that, close your eyes for a moment. If you're steady with your eyes closed, close your eyes for a moment and imagine any amount of turbulence around you. Okay, it could be, things flying around, people bumping into you, lots of chaos or loud noise, and nothing can disturb. So as your eyes soften, relax your eyes, soften your way into your breath, and pay attention to the steadiness that's inside. You have this available to you anytime. So if we practice when things are calm, we can find it when things are not calm. Take a breath, reach your arms up to the sky, a little heart expansion here. Okay, let's cactus, open the chest, hug the back body a bit, and then exhale, round and chin to chest, forearms touch. Inhale, rising up, reach your arms high. Let's grab the right wrist with the left hand and feel some extension over to the side, opening up those ribs again. Okay, back to center. Grab onto the other side. Over you go. Root your legs. Okay, come back up. Interlace your hands behind you or use a strap. Okay. Open up across your chest. We'll lean forward and bring the arms away from the spine, stretching your shoulders. Relax your neck. Breathe deeply. All right, release your hands. Come to a halfway lift, extending through your spine here, finding breath. Exhale, melt again. Let's step our left foot back. Come to a lunge, right foot in front. Grounding your legs, place your back knee down on the ground. Uncurl your toes if you want, or keep them curled, whatever feels better for you. We're opening up through that hip flexor on this side. Press through your feet. We'll rise up, two arms to the sky. So find your crescent lunge with your knee on the ground. You can always put your knee up if this is bothersome. Hug to the midline. Feel your groundedness and support of your legs so you can rise up with your heart. We'll take a twist here, hand on your thigh, elbow on your thigh, or elbow to the, outside of your thigh, however deep you want to go into this twist. Root into your legs. Hug to the midline. Let your legs give strength to support the lift of your heart. And then come back, bring your hands down onto the ground. Lift your back knee up off the ground now, and we'll move through some bending and straightening of that front knee. Let the breath guide you. Try your best to be patient and wait for the breath to take you into the postures. Long, steady exhales. Right, root your legs, round your feet, push off, rising up, crescent lunge, extending and lengthening to the sky, feeling your breath here. And interlace your hands behind your back, open up through your chest, expand as you lift. Try not to compress the low back. Push into your legs, use your core, support you as you lift through your heart. And then release your hands down onto the ground. Back foot comes forward. Fold. Relax your neck. Inhale for a halfway lift, opening up your body. Exhale and melt again. Step your other foot back. Now our left is in front, right is behind, and we'll place our knee down. Take any padding you need, and of course you can always have your knee up off the ground if that's better for your body. Feeling that hip flexor stretch open, root your foot. Inhale, rise up, 2 arms to the sky. Feel the support of your legs. Press down, hug in. Use your core to help you lift up through your heart space. And then we'll take the twist here. So forearm on your knee or elbow to the outer knee, whatever feels right. Breathe into the ribs deeply. Try to expand the center body as you breathe in. Hug your legs to the midline. Keep pressing your foot down. And then come back to center. Bring your hands onto the blocks. Back knee lifts up off the floor. Be patient with your breath, bending and straightening the front knee. Remember, if your exhales come out rapidly and you're having trouble lengthening your exhales, you can always breathe out through pursed lips. Sometimes this is a nice way to control the exhale to give yourself a little more time if breathing out through your nose just kind of gets a little muddy. Ground your feet, root down, and rise up. Arms to the sky. Big breath here. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, interlace your fingers the weird way behind your back. Open up across your chest, stretching those collarbones, heads of the arm bones back. Integrate through your core. Try not to compress the low back, but push through the ground. Rise up. And then release your hands down to the ground. Dog pose. Take that front foot back. Breathing deeply here. Full breath in. Full breath away. Come onto or into a plank. Push the ground away. Feel the roots of 4 corners of your hands finding the ground. Lengthen through your spine. Deep breaths here. All right. Put your knees down onto the ground and find the earth. Roll the shoulders. Inhale, a cobra pose. Enjoy the open heart. Push your hands down, elbows bent. Exhale, dropping back. Draw your elbows back toward the wall behind you. Open up your chest, lift up again. Full breath here. Exhale and relax to fold. Come up onto all fours, move around in your spine. Wiggling, swishing, swaying. Back to a child's pose. Take your hips back and relax for a moment. Notice the grounding when you're so close to the earth. Let your head rest. Come back up onto all fours and let's do some rib cage rolling. Okay, so we're moving, mobilizing our ribs over to the side, up to the top, over to the other side, down to the bottom. Just let your ribs roll around in a big wide circle. Put yourself inside the paper towel tube and paint the whole inner rim of the tube with your rib cage. And change directions. Breathing deeply. Come up onto your shins and turn sideways on your mat. So you've got the full length of your mat. We'll bring our foot out. So standing on your right shin, left leg is straight. If your left toes don't touch the floor, put a block underneath there if you'd like. Try not to stick your hip out. Your hip is right underneath your, or right over your knee. Press your shin down. Inhale, rise up with your arms, slide your hand down your leg. Be very mindful that you're not pushing on your knee. And reach, extend, press your shin to open up your sides and reach. Full breaths here. And then take a block, bring it to your side, low height, mid height, something stable, and stretch your arm overhead. As finding this side of your body, reach into extension. Okay, coming back to center, and we'll switch sides. Take gate pose on this side, left shin moving down into the ground, hip is right over your knee. Your toes are pointing toward the short edge of your mat. They're not turned toward the long edge of your mat. It's turned toward the short. So you're externally rotating that right leg. Inhale, left arm, reaching up and over. Be light on your leg with your hand. It's just there to support a little bit, not to lean down on. Push your shin for the support to reach and extend. Open up the sides of your body. Okay. Come back, bring your hand, left hand on the block on low or mid height. Don't put it at the top because that's kind of wobbly. And then stretch your arm overhead. You can turn your foot forward now if that's more comfortable. So just put your foot in a place of comfort. Reach and extend through your body. And then relax and come out. Turn to the long edge or short edge of your mat and come to a dog pose. Opening up through your spine, breathing deeply. We're going to do some rolling planks here. So round your spine now, roll forward into a plank, and then open up your heart, shoulder blades down, and then we'll roll back to a dog pose. So we're just kind of allowing our spine to have a little bit of mobility as we move here. One more time, rolling forward, finding your breath, root your hands. Once you're in a plank, wide collarbone, stretch your heart forward, and then roll back. One more time to a dog. Okay, walk your feet forward. Come to Uttanasana. Feel free to shimmy your hips around. Move in any way that feels good. Hands on blocks, a half lift. Feel that extension of your spine, femur bones up and back. Exhale. Bend your knees. Inhale, rising on up, arms to the sky. And then hands down to your sides. And again, find your way into this grounded Tadasana. Maybe even you can bounce a little bit so you know your feet are on the ground. Root those feet down. And then when you, oh, it feels good. I like that. So if you like it too, just let your spine reverberate a little bit. And then some stillness. Ground yourself. Feel the roots of your legs. Notice the texture underneath your feet. Notice the way your breath is traveling to your low abdomen and your pelvis. Relax your shoulders. Remember to feel and practice being the steady, grounded force within the hurricane. You are the eye of the storm. You are the eye of the storm. All right, let's take our legs wide now. Turn your feet out a little bit, just open up into a deep squat. Just stretching open your legs here a little bit, ground through your feet. Keep your chest expansive, even though you're leaned forward a little bit. Drop your shoulder blades down and widen the collarbones. All right, push through your feet, rising back up, standing star. turn your right foot out. Your left foot can stay grounded or turned in a little bit, whichever feels better. Parsva Konasana. Elbow on your knee and stretch your arm overhead. Move your tail toward your back foot so there's lots of length. Puff into the kidney space. Let your low back expand. Coming back up. Turn your feet to the left, same posture. Ground your legs, put your elbow on your knee, stretch your arm over. These standing poses, no matter which ones you choose, are grounding. So if you feel a day when you're like all disassociated and spacey, get into your practice. Do a couple of dog poses, do a couple of standing poses. Doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to do a whole hour of yoga in order to feel like you can change your perspective. Sometimes it just requires closing your eyes and taking 3 deep breaths. So remember the mini bites, the mini snacks through the day of your yoga practice to help ground you. All right, come back up. Turn your feet forward and then slightly turn your feet out. Inhale, standing star. And let's imagine our hands as we drop down to the goddess posture. Drop some, go through your energy field and drop some energy down, down, down. And then inhale, lift up. Okay, so with your hands, symbolically, energetically, what are you bringing down to help support your sense of grounding? So give some support and weight into your body. And then lift from the earth. What are you gathering up to bring into you? Maybe you can choose some words on the breath. On the exhale, dropping down. What is it that you're grounding? And on the in-breath, rising back up. What are you bringing in? Be intentional. Eyes open with a soft gaze or eyes closed. All right. Standing star. Find your breath. We'll come one more time to a goddess. Hands together. And we'll do a side bend here. Either elbow or hand on your side, stretching over. Root your legs, core is engaged. Inhale, coming back up, over to the other side. And then inhale, standing star. Turn your right foot out, Virabhadrasana. We're going to move here. Inhale, spiral your arms. And exhale, spiral your arms open to Parsva Konasana. Find your breath. Root your legs. Move with your breathing. One more time. Rising all the way up, a standing star. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Start in Virabhadrasana. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Spin your hands. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale while you're here. Grounding your legs. One more time. Full breaths. And in a standing star, deep breath in, guys, posture, ground, inhale, gather, exhale and ground, inhale to gather, turn back to the front of your mat for a dog pose. Stay here for a moment, let your head drop. Feel your way into that steady rhythm of breath, long exhales. Keep your breath rhythm going. Inhale forward to a plank. Make room for those exhales. On your next exhale, come down to the ground. Let's lift everything up. Arms, legs, big breath. Exhale. Take your left knee up high toward your armpit. Look at your knee. Find a twist here, threading the needle. Right arm under, roll open. We're going to move while we're here. Bring your hands to touch. Inhale to open. Exhale to bring your hands to touch. Inhale to open. Come back to center. Straighten that leg, other knee up. Keep breathing. When you feel ready, thread your left arm under. Open up into a twist. Exhale, touch your hands. Inhale. Where do you want to breathe in? Where do you want to breathe out? Maybe, you want to do opposite of what I'm suggesting, and that's great. The most important thing you're doing is breathing. A nice steady rhythm. Let your breath be the bomb. Come back to center when you are ready. Wiggling around in your spine. Come down to a child's pose. Full breaths here. When you come out of child's pose, kind of round your spine to come to sit up on your shins, and eventually lifting your heart. Big breath. Take your two blocks. We're going to come into a heart bench. So one underneath your head, one underneath your shoulder blades. And if you need a blanket on top of those blocks for ease, do that. And just anything that needs adjusting for your body to be at ease. You can bend your knees, you can straighten your legs, you can Baddha Konasana your legs, whatever feels good. Same with your arms. Your arms can be down at your sides, out to the sides, cactus. You can hold your elbows and stretch your arms overhead. Doesn't matter what you're choosing, make sure you are breathing. A full inhale. A complete long exhale, and just keep that pattern going. Pay attention to your breath. Let the weight of your body drop, melting your head. Focusing on all the spaciousness for an open heart and a good breath. And let's roll to your side. Bring your knees snug toward your chest, round your back a little bit. And then use your arms to come up to sit. Come up onto a blanket or whatever surface is comfortable for you. Let's just stretch our hips a little bit. Feet out in front of you, a diamond shape between your legs, soles of the feet together. Lift up through your spine, elbows on your knees. Round a bit if it feels right to you. Crisscross your legs. Let's take a twist. Right arm up. Bring your hand to the outside of your knee and twist. Keep your breath. Back to center, switching sides. And back to center. You can stay sitting here if you need to adjust your posture in some way. You know, maybe you need a little extra height underneath you. I'm gonna put another blanket underneath me, so I'm up on 2. If you need any support, we'll be here for a few minutes, so make sure that your seated posture is comfortable. Have a slight tipping of the pelvis so that your low back is neutral. We're not rounding our back. And all this spaciousness you've cultivated in your body and your practice, see if you can settle into the open heart. The groundedness, and if you feel like you need more grounding, place your hands face down, giving a little teeny weight to your legs, a symbol of ground. And if you need a more heart opening, have the mudra of palms up. Okay. To give you that rotation in your shoulders, to open your chest. So you choose. I've even done practices where I have one hand down and one hand up because I want to experience both, or I've started with down and then flipped my palms up. So you do you. Take a moment to just settle into your posture. The core is a little alive. We're not just sinking. Melt through your skull, relax your face, soften your shoulders. Try to keep your heart free. And imagine greeting the people you meet today with this open heart and this grounded posture. And we'll start into this loving kindness meditation. Let's start with ourselves. As you breathe in, just notice anything that's turbulent within you. If you have some stress in your life, something that's, trying, notice this and how it's impacting you in your body, mind. And see if you can offer yourself some compassion and some grace. Support self, parent yourself, love yourself. Remember to try to keep your heart open the whole way. Let's move a bit away from self and offer to one person now. Just one person that you're close to that you know is struggling in some way. Breathe in, your loving compassion comes out. Okay, we're breathing in a sense of being steady, supportive, being able to hold the space of receiving some of their tender vulnerability. Try not to deny, but offer your presence. And then on the exhale, anything you want to offer. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be free, may you be healthy, may you be loved. Whatever the words are, and it doesn't have to be words. You can move purely through the heart space of receiving and giving. Expand this now outward to your greater community, your circle of life that you swim in, kind of go to your little sea, all the people that you're close with, the people that you greet regularly, the people in your community. Collectively, just allow yourself to feel capable of holding what's there. You don't have to take on the weight of the world, but you can be present and stand steady when you experience someone else's suffering. And when you breathe out, offer your heart, your loving kindness. Can you keep yourself open? Can you offer a sense of open-mindedness, support, love, kindness outward? Okay, we're going to jump right to the whole world. I know it's a big jump to go from your immediate community to the whole world, but open yourself to all the suffering. Okay. Kind of scan around the world and try not to have borders or judgments or rights or wrongs, but to just feel the suffering of the world. Just take a little bit of it in. You don't have to hold the whole weight, but just be present as witness. Try not to, compartmentalize or deny or push away, but just have a moment of witness. Offer your open heart, offer your loving kindness, your compassion, offer your humanity. let's return back inward. Release that and put your hands over your heart and offer yourself this loving kindness. The more you care for yourself, the more you are able to hold steady, stand in truth. Feed yourself some love and care. And put your hands back down, face up or face down, and just sense yourself as being able to be steady within the storm again. Be a rock. Okay, maybe even something softer than a rock. Be water. Be a mountain that moves, a skyscraper that moves, a rock that's embedded in some nice soil, flower that's breezing, whatever it is, grass that's blowing. Feel your roots. Release your hands. Let's come on to our back for Shavasana. As you come into this pose, it's almost 10 now. I'm going to keep you a couple of minutes late. So if you need to go, this is a good place to just release your practice. But if you have a few minutes, let's lie down and let grounding happen in this position. So get comfortable. Imagine you have a weighted blanket over you. Or imagine you're floating in warm water. Whatever the imagery that helps you. Just sense into dropping your weight, feeling the weight of your head. Soften through your face and relax. Begin to deepen your breathing again. And any movement that feels right for you to kind of transition. Breathing deeply as you come to some bigger movements, maybe rolling to your side. Eventually using your arms to push yourself up to sit. See if you can just allow this sense of steadiness and groundedness that your practice gives you to be a tool. It's just here always for you if you can access it when you need it. So know that it's within you. Let's bring our hands together. And again, just offer a blessing to the world. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.